Okay, another version you can do for animating your character. I'll just hide the entire character again. Is to once again we'll start by setting him in some kind of walk post. So with making sure we're not in place mode before we start doing anything, and we'll set up, say, both feet can be on the ground. They'll be far enough apart to be a step. We'll go from, and we'll set the arms to those as well. We'll have it a bit more of a relaxed walk, so we'll have the arm down by his sides. And now we'll go over to the motion tab, and we'll go down to key info, and on the front foot we'll set a planted key. So now if we move the rest of the model, that foot is going to stay there until we remove the planted key. So now we're going to move a couple of frames forward. We're going to have a slow walk cycle, and we're going to go back down, select our BIP01 to move the entire model forward. Not the head, the BIP01. And you see that as the model moves forward, the foot tries its best to stay where we left it. Yeah. And so he's gonna lift up as he walks across, the other foot's gonna raise and rotate a bit. The arms can move down further to the sides. And we'll rotate because we can. Now at frame 20, we'll get back to the BIP01, which is now over here. Not the head. There we are. We'll move it back down, stretching that foot as far forward as it will go without leaving its location on the ground. And we'll put the other foot onto the ground, stretching it as far forward as we can as well. So this is more of a lunging walk because of how far we're making a walk, but we'll just back to the BIP01 and change that so it's a bit more relaxed, and have it further up. And so now we've got that there. We'll plant that foot, and we'll set a free key on this frame for the other foot, or not. We'll set planted key, and on the very next frame we'll free it. And once again, we didn't add BIP01 to the first location, so we'll move it all back to where it makes sense. Now we've got our step. Once again, we haven't animated much of the other bones yet, but we'll just do a bit of that now to make it look. And also, we'll have bend a bit forward. You'll straighten up at the top, and you'll bend back down. And you can put a lot of little effort in that to get the other things going. Now we'll go back to our copy and paste collections, and we'll create a collection. We'll copy its entire pose for the first frame. For our first keyframe, we'll go to our middle keyframe, copy the entire pose for that one. And now we should be able to go back to our first keyframe, and if we paste the pose opposite, apart from the fact that the BIP one is higher up, the entire model should be able to loop the animation. So I'll just check the height, and we'll move it down a bit for that one, so it's not walking up a slope that's flat. And we'll just go to our middle frame, make sure our foot stays not underground when we're walking. And you do the same thing for the other foot on the way down. So it plants it instead of swinging through the ground. And now we've copied all our poses from each of those keyframes. We can go to, say, frame 30 and copy our pose 2, and we'll paste it on the opposite side so we lift the other leg. And now, apart from the fact that the Bippo one once again hasn't moved anywhere, you have an entire animation. But the beauty of these animations is that if we use the in place mode, you're not going anywhere anyway, so you don't need to move the Bippo one. So if we go back to frame 30 and copy and paste our pose 2 opposite with auto key on, so I'll just undo that. Yeah. Frame 40, we'll paste pose 1 again. Apart from that, just swung through the ground because you need to put those little tweaks in there. But you can copy their poses and remember their keyframes as well. And that's how you loop an animation. And within in-place mode, if you export it to a game engine, you can get the engine to tell the character to move, and it'll just do its animation in place. So, yeah.